We're back, chat. We're back. Sorry for being such a downer lately. I don't know, streaming and making YouTube videos and not seeing any progress just sucks, but we're going to try to push through as much as we can. It is becoming unsustainable, but this is what I want to do, so I just got to keep pushing until something happens, I guess, right? At least Gamestop's working out, right? I guess there's some positives. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the new videos. And let's see what news we got today. Elon Musk taking stand in OpenAI trial. Jamie Dimon warns of some kind of bond crisis. Why does he say that? Bond crisis likely, saying rising global government debt, including the US, could lead to some kind of bond crisis. Interesting. I mean, we'll see. Potentially dangerous mix that could trigger market stress. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll see. United Arab Emirates to leave OPEC May 1st. OpenAI brings its models to Amazon Cloud after ending exclusivity with Microsoft. Interesting. James Comey indicted. I don't know who that is. Oil tops 100? What? Ain't no way. Holy. I haven't really been paying attention to the majority of the market, honestly. I just look at GameStop stock every now and then end of the week I'll look at like the major indexes and stuff, but that's pretty crazy. Oil's back up at 100. That is pretty crazy. JetBlue's full steam ahead. What's this? Number 2 airline at Fort Lauderdale, Florida is moving ahead with flight plans there. Oh, okay. Nothing really there. Let's see. U.S. is being humiliated by Iran. Says Germany's Mertz. Meta shares look iffy into earnings. Like, okay. Yep. Take advice from CNBC. That's how you get good at trading. You find an article on CNBC. Yeah, you're gonna learn how to trade here. Definitely. Spotify stock plummets. Oh, did it? They have earnings in the morning? Oh, it's down 12%. Freaking Bed Bath & Beyond was up like 30% or something. Over 30% after hours yesterday. And it gave basically all the gains back. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Let's see. Airbus reports falling profits as jet delivery slow. Inflation could get in the way of Warsh's desire to cut interest rates. Yeah, no shit. Why do you think interest rates haven't been cut yet? Doesn't matter if Jerome Powell's there or Kevin Warsh. It's going to be the same outcome. Meta's new AI model shows early promise. Investors want to see Zuckerberg's strategy. OpenAI driven pullback proves recent rally was overheated. Oh yeah, listen to Jim Cramer. He definitely knows what he's talking about. That's who you want to listen to. Yep. Okay. China sent a powerful reminder to the U.S. market about AI race. 59% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Yep. It's probably true. Couple launched a burrito spot in a Home Depot parking lot. Their 2 restaurants brought in $2.3 million in sales. A restaurant in a Home Depot parking lot? That's pretty smart, actually. Sounds smart. Let's see. Card game show officially bans greedy Pokemon scalpers once and for all. What's up, Stay Happy? Yeah, you are the only one. Well, it says there's a couple other people here, but nobody types in the chat anymore, unfortunately. Dead chat. People still come to the stream. I literally just started it like 5 minutes ago, but yeah. Dead chat. And kind of a dead stream, but mostly just a dead chat. Nobody types in chat. Because most of the people who watch are at work, and they just don't type in chat, unfortunately. But, yeah. My stream is not that large. And a lot of people have came and went. We've seen a lot of people go the past few months. That's streaming. That's streaming. What's up, Rosh? How you doing, bro? How you doing, Rosh? Feel Good Gaming's Baltimore-based trading card game community. Collective, let's see. The scalping situation has gotten out of hand. Feel Good Gaming has effectively banned vendors from selling sealed and current Pokemon products that can be purchased in stores. Attendees are still allowed to sell sealed products to vendors, but the idea is to curb the presence of large-scale businesses built around the premise of flipping Pokemon cards at a premium. I'm going to stay here till I see every one of us screaming and jumping in front of the GME chart. Just bought more. Nice. I mean, something very extraordinary would have to happen for me to do that at this point. I feel like at this point I could make $1 million and still not be happy. Straight up. I'm going to be straight up. Like, if GameStop went up and I made $1 million tomorrow, I'd probably be like pretty stoked about it, but I don't think it would like change anything. And I also don't want the stock to squeeze like that. That would be kind of annoying. It'd put you in a position, well, it'd put me in a position to where I feel like I'd want to sell. So I wouldn't be really excited if it started to go crazy. Straight up. It would suck to have to sell. Even though I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to. I just think it would put me in a position where I felt like I'd have to. And I guess you could just sell options as well. Because if it's a true squeeze, I guess it would eventually just go down anyway. Stay happy. Good advice. Good advice. Maybe one day I'll be able to take it. Gary Conway died at age 73. Oh, that's sad. Creator of The Punisher. That's sad. I played Secrets of Strixhaven yesterday for the first time. The new Magic the Gathering set. That was a good time. That was a good time. Really good set. I don't think anyone who watches my stream plays Magic the Gathering, but if you ever thought about getting into Magic of the Gathering, Secrets of Strixhaven is pretty good. It's definitely a good set to potentially dip your toes in. And the Prismarty Artistry deck, it's the blue and red one. It has a card in the commander that's literally worth like $10, $11. So literally one card in the Prismarty Artistry deck is a fourth of the price, because they're only selling for like 40, 45 bucks. So literally one card is a fourth of the whole box. Like, And, you know, a lot of the other cards are worth quite a bit. So you're getting a lot of value out of the Secrets of Strixhaven Commander decks, I feel like. And they should age well, potentially. I don't think I would ever... I mean, if I was, like, interested in collecting cards, I'd probably buy Secrets of Strixhaven sealed to, like, invest in. But I think it's, you know, I think buying one of the commanders or something to play the actual game is also kind of an investment in a way. Like, you're able to play the game with pretty good cards, and those cards will go up in value eventually, I think. What's up, Aaron? Life's too short to stay unhappy. That's very true. That's very true. I just don't think I'm a very happy person in general, but you're right. I do agree with you. So nothing there. Let's see. Oreo releases firecracker popsicle cookies. That is disgusting. Grocery store sued after employee allegedly stole underwear from coworkers. Why are you keeping your underwear at your work? That's very odd. That's very odd. What? NFL star's mistake was so funny it gave a fan a seizure and actually saved their life. What? NFL player missed an important field goal. One fan watching at home laughed so hard that it caused a seizure. What? Bro. What? That's actually insane. You can laugh so hard that you have a seizure? That's wild, bro. That's a true football fan right there. That is a true football fan. He'll die for his team, bro. He'll literally die for his team. Doctor finds huge tumor in NFL fan's brain. Oh, he had a tumor in his brain, so it actually... Okay, I see why the headline says it saved his life now. Gotcha. I bought the Pikachu SAR and Ascended Heroes and Mega Dream. It's so cool. Really? I don't know what those look like. Let's take a peep. Let's take a little peek. Pikachu SAR. Oh, you bought it Mega Dream? What's Mega Dream? This? Oh. I know what you're talking about. This is the Pallion one? Oh no, this thing. Did you get it graded? Did you get a graded one or a raw one? That is pretty cool. Hopefully you got a graded one. At least maybe a 10, hopefully. Ideally. I mean, the raw card's cool too. What's up, Hugh G? How you doing, Hugh G? Pink one real cool. Raw one for English and Japanese, sent for grading. Oh, nice. Oh, is Mega Dream the Japanese version of Ascended Heroes? I see. I didn't know that. Okay. I haven't looked at any of these sets, any of these new sets. Well, I've looked at a little bit, mostly because of Hugh, but I really haven't looked into these new sets. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hopefully they come back as a 10, bro. Hopefully they come back as a 10. No nines, no nines, no whammies. No whammies. That's a cool card, though. That is a cool card. My slabs came back in the mail yesterday. Let's go. That's fire. I still can't believe. I still can't believe you pulled those cards, bro. That's actually insane. I'll never get over that. I can't believe you pulled those cards. It's fucking nuts. The fact, it's not even that you pulled the cards. The fact that they are both PSA 10s is fucking crazy, bro. Like, pulling the cards is one thing, but the fact that they're 10s on top of pulling the cards, just wow. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh yeah, we're doing Seagate technology. I did want to do Robinhood, but Robinhood stock wasn't up that much, and Seagate is at all-time highs, so potentially Seagate will be a interesting stream. Could be a lot of people here, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I do kind of want to do Robinhood because I'm interested in how their prediction market and stuff is doing, but we'll figure it out. You know, we'll maybe do the next one or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Gonna do the one that actually, well, hopefully the last Seagate one didn't do that well, but maybe now that it's absolutely ripping, maybe people will be excited about it. Who knows? Not really sure. It's pretty tough with these big name stocks. Everything's pretty flat or down. Kind of weird. Except GameStop. GameStop, well, I guess GameStop's flat. And kind of down, I guess. Freaking crypto. It's not really anything newsworthy to talk about. Maybe we'll do one of the videos live or something. Read an article. I'm actually in the mood to read an article today. Even though I ended up reading an article after the stream anyway. I peaked. You see that Pikachu, you'll stay happy. I'm not the biggest fan of collecting cards. I think they're cool and whatever, but I'm not a huge fan. If I had like thousands of dollars, unless they were in the PSA vault, maybe it'd be different, but if I had like thousands of dollars worth of cards, I'd be like stressing. Straight up, I'd be stressing. I can have 6 figures in GameStop and not even care, but like if I had thousands of dollars in Pokemon cards, I'd be like tripping about it. I don't know. I can't get behind investing in Pokemon. It's just not for me. It's not for me. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting, but it's not for me. Don't worry, be happy. Remember that song? It's a little song I wrote, and I'm gonna sing it note for note. Don't worry. The freaking stream yesterday got demonetized or limited monetization. I don't know if it's because of the Penguins video or something. I'm not really sure. But I had to delete yesterday's stream. Kind of whack. Fallout co-creator wants to make one last game before he retires. Yeah, there's just like no news to really talk about. Just buy some cards that you feel cool about and keep. I did buy the new Magic Commanders that came out, but that's because, you know, I actually want to play Magic. It's not necessarily to collect. But I guess in a way it is collecting because those commander decks should be worth quite a bit more in the future, even played. So like I'll buy cards to play. I have a couple Pokemon decks. I haven't played Pokemon in a while, but I have a couple Pokemon decks, but I just don't want to like collect like slabs and stuff, you know. Like I'll buy cards to play, but that's about it. I like actually playing the game. I just DM'd the slabs. Got some cool guards for him. I got all my other slabs listed on Marketplace fighting off low ballers. Oh yeah, good luck, bro. Good luck. Make sure you go and meet up in like a McDonald's or public place or something. You gotta watch out for some sus people. You gotta watch out for the sus people. What? Suspected Trump shooters game pulled from sale on... I forgot the person who shot up the White House was a game developer. They pulled his game? That's crazy. What the heck? Toyota turned a car seat into a gaming chair. It's $3,500. Wow. Interesting. Hardware modder connects his gaming PC to his bike and achieves human-powered CPU cooling. That's actually pretty funny.
Every year you're spending thousands and thousands of watt hours to simply power the fan that cools your CPU.
What could you if you can do a human cooled CPU thing, could you do like one with like mice or something, you know, or like rats? I'd be curious about that. The rat CPU cooler. It's gotta be doable. If the human can do it, I feel like the rat could do it. Or multiple rats. WoW has to reset over disastrous patch. I really wouldn't go that far. Wait, what? Rumors suggest NVIDIA's next-gen Feynman AI GPUs will use Intel Foundry tech for some components. Gotta bring the blicky for Pokemon meetups for real, though, dude. It's like selling drugs. Like, if you're selling Pokemon, you're basically a drug dealer. Like, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, bro. Selling Pokemon might be more dangerous than being a drug dealer. Straight up. It might be more dangerous. It's like a controlled substance, even getting it from the store. That's so funny. NVIDIA starts offering a 12 gigabyte version of the 570 for laptops. Snapchat's rolling out sponsored AI agents. There's like a lot of news, but not a lot of news. Americans lost at least $2.1 billion to social media scams in 2025. Holy shit. That's insane. That's an insane piece of news right there. 2.1 billion to social media scams. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I don't answer my phone. I don't check email. Like, I don't do anything online or on my phone. I don't trust nobody anymore, bro. You can't even trust the people you trust. They'll try to scam you. I'm just kidding. You never know, though. You never know. Trump administration's paying more companies to ban offshore wind projects. Traeger debuts the Iron Top. More affordable gas-powered griddle. That sounds awesome. Whoa. Asus dual screen Rogue Zephyrus Duo. What the fuck is this? It's a double screened laptop? That's kind of sick. For 4,500 bucks though, it better have some solid hardware in that. Where's their website for this shit? Rogue Zephyrus Duo. A dual screen laptop. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Has a 590 in it. How much RAM does it have? Where do I see like the prices and stuff? Rogue Nebula. Where's like prices for this thing? I assume the 5070 one's the $4,500 one, and then the 5090 is probably like $6,000 or something. They don't even have. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I was pretty close. The 5090 one's 5,500. How much RAM does it have? Core 9. Terabyte of storage. How come it doesn't tell you how much RAM it has? It doesn't make any sense. Probably it must not have very much. If they're not even gonna list it. $24 gig. No, that's not. How come it doesn't say how much RAM it has? I mean, you would assume it has 32 gigs, but you never know. You never know. Okay. Free demo for Final Fantasy VII on Switch 2, and Xbox is out. Magic the Gathering Arena developers unionize for better layoff, remote work, and Gen AI protections. Wonder why the stream's so dead today. There was more people in here, but now there's literally 2 people here, unless the data's lagging. Nothing there. Oh, now it says there's 0 people here. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Robot baggage handlers deploying at Japan airports to combat labor shortages. What? Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury will be canceled unless Dua Lipa performs? What? Agrees to perform at the event. Why would you need Dua Lipa, or whatever the fuck her name is, to perform? That seems... It's probably just a headline. Get some hype towards it. I don't know. That's weird. YouTuber Simple Flips denies abuse claims and hints at legal action over speedrun.com ban. I don't know. Subway launches first ever value menu where everything's under $5. What do you get? Like one little slice of ham or something? You get a tiny little slice. You get a little chicken nugget. You get some mayonnaise in a cup or something. Still here watching market multitasking. Ah, no problem. Sometimes it does this, but I don't know why. Let's see, Subway introduced first ever value menu, rolling out April 28th. 15 entrees priced under $5. That's actually kind of a good move for Subway. Includes a mix of 6-inch subs, wraps, and daily deals with most wait, a 6-inch sub for $5? That's a good ass deal, isn't it? Price start at $3.99 for select sandwiches and wraps, with a rotating sub of the day available for $4.99. Interesting. Let's see, $3.99. It's protein packed lineup. So it's basically, it's just all their sandwiches. Interesting. Like, you could hack the shit out of that, bro. Go get one of these and just stack vegetables on it. You could just absolutely stack the vegetables, bro. Oh, it's only 4 sandwiches. Okay, I see. So spicy pepperoni, ham and salami, BLT. I shouldn't be reading this. This is going to make me hungry. I shouldn't be reading this. And then you have protein packets, whatever that is. Protein packets lineup. Huh. And then they have a sub of the day. Meatball. Monday. Spaghetti on the meat. Ravioli. Well, that's cool. You have to choose between eating well and saving money, says Dave Skenny. Fresh value menus now available at participating locations. So it's probably not at every location, maybe. Huh. What's up, Moose? How you doing? Yeah, what's up with my stream, bro? It's like stuck. The data's like stuck. It says there's nobody here. I mean, I guess it says there's 3 people here, but like, what is going on with the stream right now? It's weird, bro. Very weird. Let's see. Man flamed by internet for stealing home run ball from child. Nice. What a guy. What a guy. Let's watch him jack this ball from this little girl. Oh, the quality of this video is so bad.
Daniel Schneemann, his 4th home run.
He just jacked that little girl, bro.
Daniel Schneemann and go.
Oh, there's, see, the little girl grabs it, and then he's like, nope, get the fuck out of here. This is my home run ball.
His 4th home run of the year.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Oh, he missed the catch. Alright, that guy does not deserve that ball. He missed the catch, bro. He should have just let the little girl have it.
He's not gonna steal that.
Yeah, that can't happen.
He should have just let the little girl have it, bro. He missed the catch. He needs to go back to the bench.
Well, when you
Look how pissed that mom is, bro. She is pissed, bro. Look at her little scowl on her face, dude. She is absolutely pissed.
something wrong has occurred. It's nice to
Oh, the
make up for
homie,
it.
this
And
guy
Ryan
bought her
Ben's
up a
making
ball.
for that.
Let's go.
Ryan.
The man for the guy.
That's funny. The guy misses the catch and then goes and steals the ball. That's ridiculous. Economy must be in shambles if Subway's dropping prices. I mean, Subway must be in shambles. Hit the outdoor range. Spring has finally arrived. Let's go. I have not golfed like it all this year, dude. I think I went golfing once and maybe practiced a couple times. I have not really, I don't know. I'm just like not in the golfing zone quite yet. Who knows? Maybe it'll come back. I don't know. I was like all about golf last summer, but for some reason I just don't have like the desire to go play. YouTube's testing its own 18 plus AI chatbot to provide video recommendations. YouTube's AI is actually like okay. I kind of like, there's like a feature that I like that I've kind of been using. It has like this little dashboard here that tells you how your video's doing when you upload. My thing's kind of hiding it, but it says right here, catch me up on this video, and you click that and it'll sit and review your video and like tell you how it's doing and what you could do better to get more your analytics up or something like that. Like it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. This video is doing okay, so it's gonna say positive things about it, but the last video didn't do that well, so it actually gave some like decent suggestions. It says your analysis of GME situations clearly resonating with your core audience, has been showing very strong engagement signals. Video is currently at 381 views, which is at the very top end of your typical range. For this point in time, it's essential pushing for a top 1 spot among your recent uploads. What's working well? Exceptional retention. Average view duration is more than double your typical high end. This suggests the deep dive nature of your GME analysis is exactly what your viewers want. They're staying through your breakdown of the balance sheet and the power packs discussion. Traffic momentum, over 64% of your views are coming from YouTube recommendations, particularly on the home feed. It's a great sign that the algorithm's finding an audience for this topic beyond just your existing subscribers. And audience loyalty, your regular viewers are watching for an average of 8 minutes, significantly longer than the new viewers. This shows that you have built high trust with your core community who value your specific contrarian take. That's debatable. I think that's very debatable, but maybe. So the new videos are, you know, they're not doing like insane. Like it's not, you know, they're not like getting millions of views or anything like that, or tens of thousands of views, but the people who do watch my videos are enjoying those videos more just because of, they're probably just more engaging, most likely, with the little cuts and stuff like that. Let's see, average view percentage. Despite the high AVD, your AVP, 35.4%, is slightly below your typical range, 40.5% to 45.5%. This is likely due to the video being significantly longer, nearly 20 minutes, than your usual content. Hook and pacing, while the middle section is strong with initial drop-off, is something to watch. You might experiment with a faster TLDR summary of the bull case in the first 60 seconds to lock in new viewers before diving into the detailed balance sheet math. And then it has some recommendations. Double down on power packs. Since this segment held viewers' attention so well, consider a follow-up video or short specifically comparing the power packs platform to eBay's collectible growth. It's a niche your audience seems hungry for. Community engagement. You have comment comparing GameStop to Berkshire Hathaway. This could be a fantastic hook for your next video. And it's like GameStop is a holding company rather than just a retailer. So the AI on YouTube is actually kind of cool. I feel like it gives some decent insight. It's kind of cool. This video, the data hasn't uploaded yet, but anyway. Am I long Seagate? No, I am not. I'm long GameStop. And I just do these earning streams because I'm interested in business, and other people are interested in these earning streams usually. They want to listen to the earnings call, so yeah, I don't buy any of these stocks that I report on. Besides GameStop. GameStop's the only stock I buy. Can you ask which stocks drive the most views? Then you could focus those earnings. The issue with that is it doesn't necessarily matter what stock I talk about or whatever. It's how many other streamers are talking about that same thing. And there's a lot of people copying what I'm doing as of this moment. When I first started doing the earning streams, you know, nobody was doing them. But since people are actually, you know, since people are doing what I'm doing, it just drives traffic away from this channel. Especially because they're view botting. So, you know, someone who sees my stream that has 8 people here versus a stream that has, you know, thousands of people, they're going to click on the one with thousands of people. But I don't know if the YouTube AI would do anything useful like that. I'm going to ask it, but I don't think it'll be. I think it's I just don't think it'll do anything like that. What stocks in the stock market drive the most views? Let's see what it says. I've never actually asked it a question. It looks like I'm unable to access your channel specific data at the moment to see which stocks are driving your views. Channel like Roaring Quarry, identifying high interest stocks usually involves looking at few key areas. Yeah, this isn't helpful. That's not helpful. It's because this AI just reviews your content and makes suggestions based off of your channel. It doesn't like review YouTube as a whole. It's kind of like a AI assistant in a lot of ways for your channel. But yeah, I mean, I already know what stocks get views for earnings. I've been doing this for even before I started streaming earnings with you guys. Like, this is what I was doing back in 2021 when I used to stream. I would stream earnings and stuff. So, like, I already have a pretty good idea of what stocks drive views, but it's how many people are, you know, talking about the same thing or watching the same earnings call as me. That's the biggest barrier. Because, like I said, you know, someone who's never seen my channel or another person's channel who has thousands of viewers, view-botted viewers, most likely, they're gonna click on that one. Like, if I view-botted my channel to thousands of views, it would be a completely different story. But for one, I don't know how to do that, and two, even if I did, I wouldn't pay to view-bot my channel. Just doesn't even seem worth it. Okay, interesting. Gamestop. Don't know it still exists, to be honest. I mean, if you're looking for an investment for the next few decades, GameStop's the most interesting one, in my opinion. Everything else is way too expensive. What's up, Risk Take? How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Playing League of Legends can improve your brain. Isn't League of Legends like the most toxic game in the world? I would never play that. Super Mario coffins go viral. What? A Super Mario coffin, huh? Bury me with Mario. Okay, that's actually kind of sick. That's a really small coffin, though. Who are you putting in that? That's got to be AI, right? No, they look real. They look real, but what if they're not? They're so small. Like, what are you putting in that, bro? Maybe it's bigger in person, but that looks small. That looks small. Let's see. McDonald's launches new Dirty Dr. Pepper and more with new drink menu. Oh, wow. McDonald's. Wow. Look at you go. Look at you go. Every time I talk about GME with someone, they immediately drop all the phrases. Aren't they a declining business? Didn't they close stores? Aren't physical game sales down? Isn't that it over after 2021? Every time I hear that, I buy more. I mean, people just don't research, though, you know? Most people just look at stock charts, and that's how they make their decisions. They don't make their decisions based off of business. And that's why most people aren't successful in the stock market. All their decisions are based off of emotion and how they think, you know, what they think is good, and what someone on Discord told them was good. Like, they don't actually go out and research and figure this stuff out for themselves. And it's not even just GameStop. It's literally every stock. Nobody researches, bro. They look at a stock chart and that's it. They don't do anything. People are too lazy, bro. Or it's either they're too lazy or they just don't know how simple it is to research something. I would say they're just too lazy, because figuring out whether a business is good or not literally takes like 5 minutes. You know, like Seagate. I could do a 5-minute analysis on Seagate and tell you if it's something I'd be interested in. 130 billion market cap, basically trading at all-time highs. I mean, I don't even need to research this. Like, I see something like this at all-time highs, that's an automatic no for me. But so maybe we'll do something else. Let's do like Starbucks. Starbucks has earnings today. Starbucks is at 110 billion market cap, trading at $96. Its peak was like 130, 110 to 130. It looks like, yeah, 110 to 130 basically. So then you go to sec.com. You type in Starbucks, you 10K, you find a 10K, you open it, you look at the financial statement. Come on. If it wants to load. Come on. What is going on with this thing? There we go. Okay. Never mind. It just broke. Come on. And you look at their balance sheet, and let's see. They have 32 billion in assets, 40 billion in liabilities. What's their total assets? Only 32 billion? Yeah, see, I wouldn't be interested in this. I just wouldn't be interested in this. And, you know, Starbucks is a big name. There's a lot of people that like Starbucks and probably would think it's a good business, but looking at their balance sheet, I mean, let's look at their cash flows. They're making solid cash flows, but it's also declining. 2023, they made 4 billion. 2024, they made 3.7. 2025, they only made 1.85 billion. So their cash flows are declining. Like, see, that's an automatic no for me. That is an automatic no. And Starbucks is a huge name that people would like probably look at and be like, yeah, that's a good investment, you know? Starbucks is down from the highs. Like, to me, that's not a good investment. So, I don't know. People just don't research. Like, that took what? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Most people would look at this chart and be like, "Oh, it's off the highs. It's at a discount." Maybe it is, you know, maybe it is, but I'm not interested in that. That took 3 minutes. You know, maybe you could dive in more and try to build a story of why it could be a good investment, but based off of the 2-3 minute analysis I just did, I don't think it's a good investment. But yeah, I think people just don't know how to research. I think it's hard to actually sit down and do DD. I don't think they know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not it's not hard though. Like, that took 2 minutes. That literally took 2 minutes. That's how you can that's like how I analyze every business. Obviously, you know, all my money's in GameStop, so it's like maybe my opinion's a little biased, but I don't think it is. I truly think it's that simple to build a story for something. It really is. It's truly that simple. Just throw a long at it, maybe it squeezes to infinity. Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? It is what it is, though, you know? You can't blame people for being uneducated. It's not their fault. You know? You can't blame people for being uneducated. I mean, even me 2 years ago, I didn't know how to do fundamental analysis. I was a chart trader. So, and prior to that, I was a stock market participant for over 5 years at that point. So 5 years of chart trading and technical analysis, well, mostly just volume profile and market structure. So it's technical analysis not a lot of people use, but even I didn't know how to do fundamental analysis. So you can't really blame people for being uneducated or misinformed, you know? Some people think TA is the gospel, bro. They think their little lines on their charts and their little technical indicators that are lagging information, they think that's the gospel, bro. So how are you going to convince someone to look into technical analysis when they already have their mindset on something? Yeah, it's just not going to happen. It's just not even possible. I mean, anyone who's been in this string long enough should honestly know that already. All the arguments and conversations I've had with random people in here, I mean, you can't convince anyone of anything if they already think they know everything. It's literally impossible. It's literally impossible. Internet raises $15K for teen who paid for elderly woman's groceries. Oh, what a nice guy. Dairy Queen's new Cinnamon Toast Crunch dipped cone has the dipped cone. Yeah, I don't need to be reading about that. I don't need no ice cream. That sounds too delicious. That sounds too delicious. A Quagsire table. Missing dog rescued after getting stuck on ledge of building's 13th building. How does that even happen? How did that dog even get there, bro? It doesn't even make any sense. Alright, that's probably enough news for today. Florida man who wrote book about loving his wife arrested for having multiple wives. Why would you get arrested for having multiple wives? Is that a crime? Has been arrested allegedly having multiple wives. Warrant was put out for his arrest. Allegedly having more than one. I didn't know that was illegal. You can't have more than one wife? What about... Since when? Can you have more than one wife? I swear you can have more than one wife. Legality of having more than one wife, known as polygamy, varies significantly across cultures and legal systems, with it being illegal in most Western countries. Oh, maybe it's just Utah. Maybe it's just where I live, you can have multiple wives. Polygamy is illegal in all 50 states. Oh. How did the Mormons get away with it? I didn't know that was illegal, bro. You can't have multiple wives? What? I mean, I guess it doesn't benefit, or it doesn't affect me. I can't even get one wife, so it doesn't even matter, but I never knew that was illegal. Yeah, it said all 50 states it's illegal, so... Woman convicted after throwing a stick of dynamite into boyfriend's room while he slept. What? That's psychotic. Where did she get the dynamite from? That's actually psychotic. Alright, I think that's enough news for today. That's enough news for today. That's ridiculous, bro. Oh, I forgot to do a... Whatever. Whatever, I forgot to do a... When does this Seagate shit start? 5 p.m.? Oh, it's a late one? Ah, it's late. It's a late one? That sucks. That sucks. I guess we'll do, let's see, we got 15 minutes till the market closes. You don't have to cover it, just do SanDisk instead. Does SanDisk report today? Oh, Thursday? Yeah, I'll definitely probably do SanDisk. I'm actually not really sure. We could do pedo blocks. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do on. I didn't even know what I was gonna do today. But SanDisk might be the one for sure. And then tomorrow, I feel like Carvana is gonna be the. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe eBay. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but SanDisk is probably a good one. Check the kitty charts. PMO's almost crossing the MA. I made a video about it, but I don't check those charts. Well, 15 minutes. All right, I think we can do a stream clip real quick. We got some time. So let's run it. I haven't done one of these live, but I mean, it's basically the same thing, just full screen. It's literally the same thing. I won't be paying attention to the chat. So, I mean, yeah. I need that. I need this up for some light. All right. There we go. Let's get it. Let's do it. Hopefully I can make a decent stream clip out of this. I've already read this before, actually, but here we go. GameStop is laughing all the way to the bank with its new Pokemon card system. GameStop's Power Packs allows the retailer to squeeze money from customers without ever handing out a real Pokemon card. That's kind of not true, because you can get the card shipped to you. But they are squeezing money out of Power Packs because they can sell the same card like 5, 10, 20 different times, which is really interesting. Power Packs is probably one of the coolest ventures I've ever seen. How much revenue and profit it's going to bring in, that's a totally different story. I don't know if it's going to be really significant, but I guess we'll see. Pokemon cards are already way more expensive than MSRP at GameStop, but the retailer still isn't done squeezing out every possible dollar from the collector market frenzy. Since last year, the video game retailer has been selling something called Power Packs, which are small sets of cards compiled by GameStop itself. Earlier in April, GameStop followed that up by launching a digital version of Power Packs, which allows users to buy and trade digital versions of physical cards. Oh yeah, the physical versions of Power Packs are also really cool. I think the physical versions have a lot more value than digital Power Packs, but the digital Power Packs, in my opinion, are way more beneficial to GameStop's business. And also, Power Packs has been out for way long. The digital Power Packs has been out way longer than just April. I think digital Power Packs came out August 2025, if I'm not mistaken. It's just they finally got announced to the public in April. So why would someone willingly purchase repack cards, a practice that allows resellers to pocket the most valuable cards while still making a profit from duds? What GameStop is selling is certainty. Packs come in different rarities, denoted in colors such as silver and gold. The cheapest power pack is $25, whereas the rarest packs cost $2,500. Expensive packs hold the best cards, but there's no guarantee that a power pack will contain a good card. There's only a chance at a better card. Yeah, I would say majority of the power packs you pull are going to be somewhat the value of what your price of the power pack is. So if you pull like a $2,500 card, you should get a $2,000 plus card, but sometimes you get screwed and you'll get something that's worth 40, 50% less than what you paid, but at the same time, you know, you have that slight chance that you can pull a card that's worth $5,000 or $10,000 or more. So Power Packs is really interesting, and I think it's an easy way to collect cards. Like, if you don't have specific cards that you want to collect, I think Power Packs is an easy way to build a collection, and they go straight into the PSA vault, so they're safe. You know, you don't have to have the physical cards, which to me, the PSA vault's one of the only reasons I would invest in PSA cards, is because I don't want to have a bunch of physical product all over my house, but the PSA vault, you know, allows you to store your cards in a safe location controlled by PSA, and yeah, then you just have a digital collection, which is really cool, but you can get it shipped to you at any time if you want the physical cards. Like the physical packs, digital power packs allot a random assortment of cards to the user. These digital cards correspond to real-world cards held by PSA, the grading service that is teamed up with Gamestop. Once a player opens a pack online, they can sell or continue storing the cards inside the digital vault. If a card is sold, ownership transfers to the purchaser without necessarily shipping the item to them. It's kind of like owning stocks, except that by some potentially dubious measures, the value of Pokemon cards outperform the current stock market. I think there's certain cards that have outperformed the stock market, but there's also cards that really haven't gone up in value at all. And also, there's really no value to Pokemon cards. Like, there is, of course. You know, there's perceived value. There's perceived value to crypto, too. But, you know, stocks on the stock market actually have real value. And you know what you're paying for. You know what you're buying. When you're speculating on a card or crypto, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen in the future. At least in the stock market, you're investing in a business that has earnings and they make money, you know, they make net income, they produce revenue. So stocks in the stock market actually have a real value. Pokemon, you know, it's kind of the market's choice on what cards are valuable or not. And it's also based on rarity, of course, but yeah. Another selling point for power packs is convenience. Users have the option to either sell cards to other people or sell them back to GameStop for 90% of their estimated value. I wish you could sell the cards to other people, but you can just either sell them to PSA or one of their vendors or back to GameStop. Hopefully in the future, they'll make it easy to buy, sell, and trade cards through the PSA vault with other people, but that's yet to be seen, and who knows if they'll actually do that or not. This buyback program offers less than a user could get from the wider marketplace, but it's also instant. In doing so, users avoid the hassle of writing a listing, taking pictures of the card, and doing marketing to find a buyer. Power Pack owners also don't have to worry about the time-consuming process of having their cards verified or graded, as every card has already been evaluated by PSA. And you don't have to pay fees if you know, you're selling on eBay or whatnot or something like that. You don't have to pay shipping. There's a lot of, well, I guess if you get the cards shipped from the PSA vault back to you, you'll have to pay shipping. But overall, to pull a power pack and just have the card go straight into the vault, you don't have to pay shipping or taxes or anything like that. So like I was saying earlier, power packs is a good way to potentially build a collection. And if you think cards are going to continue to grow in value, even if you get a card that's worth 40, 50% less than the power pack you pulled, eventually that card should go up to the value you pulled at. And then, you know, if you pull enough of them, you should get a card that's worth more than the power pack you're pulling. You know, it's gambling, so who knows. But theoretically, you should pull something of value at some point if you pull enough cards. And then there's an Instagram post by GameStop where there's a $29,000 Charizard in the new physical power packs, which is really cool because if you were to get a $29,000 card through power packs, the digital power packs, you would have to pull a $2,500 pack or get extremely lucky on a $1,000 pack. Whereas if you buy the physical power packs, they're only like $150. So the chance to get a $29,000 card in the physical packs is extremely valuable from a gambling perspective. And you also get 3 booster packs in the physical packs as well. So the physical packs have a lot more value, but I'm sure it's completely unlikely that you'll ever pull something like the Charizard they're promoting here, but who knows, you know, who knows? That means GameStop can resell a card multiple times without ever needing to actually distribute a physical card. The retailer can buy said cards for under market value and pocket the difference. Any desirable card can then be put back into the Power Pack ecosystem, where a user might purchase multiple packs for a chance at pulling a high card value. GameStop benefits even if users only sell to each other. Every transaction comes with a fee that goes directly to GameStop. Like I said, you can't sell cards to each other, so I don't know why it keeps saying that. These fees are around 6% of the total value, which is reportedly higher than what a customer might be charged had they cut out the intermediary and sold to PSA directly. Yeah, there's no fees or anything like that selling to PSA directly. But I don't know why it's saying that GameStop charges fees to sell to other users, because I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you can sell or buy other users' cards. You can either sell to GameStop, you can sell to PSA, or one of PSA's vendors will give you an offer. And all those are instant, so that's cool, but I don't think you can sell to other people. In an attempt to drum up excitement for and awareness of its gacha-like platform, GameStop is pulling a Willy Wonka. The company teases that one of its mini power packs contains a rare Charizard card with an estimated value of $29,000. But to make a profit, power packs can't be too valuable on the whole, and GameStop can ensure that is the case as the retailer determines what each pack contains. Also, I think the physical power packs could be an investment if nobody ever pulls that Charizard. Because if you're sitting on a sealed physical power pack a few months from now or a year from now, and nobody's pulled the Charizard yet, at least if they even make that public knowledge, the physical power packs could potentially go up in value just because of the speculation of, you know, having that Charizard in the box. As more and more people pull physical power packs, there's going to be less and less of them on the market, so your odds of pulling the Charizard get higher and higher. And yeah, potentially the physical power packs could be an investment, and even without that aspect, maybe they could be as well. But yeah, I think it would only work if nobody pulled the Charizard. It might sound dubious to some, but power packs are clearly working for GameStop. Even investors are excited about it. I can't believe these $150 gambling packs flew off our cash wrap, one employee wrote on the GameStop subreddit. We sold out. Like, damn, they know that people this is marketed towards have no self-control, another remarked. I think people have self-control, they just have FOMO, and they like gambling. In the event that a customer pulls a genuinely rare card and keeps it, GameStop can still benefit. These users are likely to go online to boast about their pull, and those social media posts might trigger a fear of missing out. It is also difficult to tell whether such posts are real, or if users are being paid to post their polls. It does not help that screaming influencers and Twitch streamers who get good cards are being used as promotion by GameStop as well. What are the odds that famous people like Casey Neistat happen to pull great cards while being recorded by GameStop? Yeah, that's a really good point. Even if GameStop loses on the power packs, or the physical ones, I would say, I don't think they can lose on digital power packs at this point. I think that'd be very difficult, but if they do lose money on the physical power packs, in return, they can get a bunch of social media traffic if someone posts their poll or whatever. Like if someone posts that $29,000 Charizard, that should be a huge video and drive a lot of traffic to GameStop. Or even if it doesn't drive traffic to GameStop, it should put a lot of eyes on GameStop. So it's a win-win for sure. It's not possible, but results among collectors without influence or clout seem more mixed. One Reddit user says they spent $200 on power packs that included more than double the value in cards. Meanwhile, GameStop also earned hundreds in fees from those same transactions. A less lucky GameStop customer in that same thread claims they probably lost $4,000 on power packs and had to block GameStop's website to prevent themselves from burning more cash. Wow. Rather than perceiving GameStop's card scheme as a gambling racket, users with thousands of dollars to spare are giving each other tips on how to approach power pack purchases. No wonder GameStop is going all in on Pokemon cards. Yeah, I don't think there's any secret to pulling a good card on power packs. I've pulled over 250 cards, and I've probably lost around $1,000, but I have pulled really good cards throughout all of those pulls, and if I would have just kept all the cards I pulled, I think I would be up on my overall collection with the amount of money I've spent. But if you sell your cards back to GameStop, yeah, you're gonna lose for sure. Oh, nice. 13 minutes. Oh, perfect, bro. That was perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect. All right, now we can get onto the Seagate here. Now we can get onto the Seagate. That was perfect. Perfect timing. Market's about to close here in a second. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Bottom chart's pretty bullish. I'll look at it in a second, maybe. What's up, Jimmy? Watch your STX earnings 3 months ago. I'm back. Big WDC holder here. Well, welcome, Jimmy. Welcome back. Appreciate you coming back, my friend. Watch Nicholas. What's up, Nicholas? I buy and sell watches sometimes. I don't know Pokemon, though. They pump their packs for sure. I don't think Pokemon packs are getting pumped. I think people just want them. I think it's, you know, huge demand. Huge demand. Mentally prepared for WDC down 12% drop like last earnings. I haven't looked into WDC, but yeah, a lot of these chip stocks are extremely overvalued, so watching them drop wouldn't be surprising at all. Nice. All right. Got that ready. Now we just wait for them to release the numbers. Snakes, what's up, Snakes? Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. There's over 20 people here and 7 likes. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. See, Seagate's up 1%. Did they post? I would expect to see a bigger move than that, right? Does WDC have earnings today too or something? I thought that was tomorrow. Isn't WDC tomorrow? Or Thursday? WDC's Thursday. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think that was today. How did GameStop end up finishing off the day? 2509, not bad. Not bad. So you're up 1%. I don't think the numbers are out yet, though. I think you're just getting some after hours volatility a little bit. Low liquidity hours. What else has earnings today? Isn't there Google or something like that? Oops. Oh, Meta, right? I don't know. Guess not. Visa, T-Mobile, Booking, Starbucks, Waste Management, Robinhood, Teradyne. Teradyne. That always reminds me of Wolf of Wall Street. NXP, Extra Space Storage, First Energy. Some other stuff I don't know. More stuff I don't know. Caesars. Yeah, there's a lot of earnings today. Wow. A lot of earnings. Trustmark. There's a ton of earnings today. But we'll focus. We'll stick to Seagate. We'll stick to Seagate. Oh, there you go. Seagate up 5%, 6%. Wow. All right, we got to hit this stream clip real quick. We got to hit this stream clip. Dude, Seagate's up over 6%, bro. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have shorted it, man. I shouldn't have bought all those puts. Getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, man. Those stream clips are the dumbest thing ever, but they're so funny. Isaiah! What's up, Isaiah? How you doing, bro? Good to see you today, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Seagate's up over 6%, bro. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have shorted it, man. I shouldn't have bought all those puts. Getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, that's not even... Oopsies. Not as long as it's supposed to be, but whatever. Good enough. Oh, I almost didn't turn it into a short. Oh, what am I doing? I need to get the earnings open here and read to you guys, huh? My bad. My bad. Oh, they haven't even posted them yet. How come they haven't posted the numbers yet? Oh, right here. News release. There it is. Okay, there we go. There we go, chat. Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second, chat. Give me one gosh darn second, alright? I gotta get this, Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm gonna read to you. I'm gonna read you a bedtime story. Don't you worry. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll read you a nighty-night story. Okay. Fiscal Q3 2026 highlights. Revenue of $3.11 billion. GAAP gross margin of 46.5%, non-GAAP gross margin of 47%, GAAP diluted earnings per share of 3.27, non-GAAP diluted EPS of 4.1, cash flow from operations of 1.1 billion, and free cash flow of 953 million, retired 641 million in debt, and returned 191 million to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases. Well, that's good, right? I think that's good, right? Yeah, dude. Seagate's ripping 11% now. Holy, it's ripping. It's absolutely ripping. One sec. I'll read the rest here in a second. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, chat. Give me a minute. Don't you worry. I'll be reading. I'll be reading, chat. You just gotta give me a second. I'm a one-man show here. I have to make the videos, upload the videos. I gotta do it all. All right. Seagate Technology, a leading innovator of mass capacity data storage, today reported financial results for fiscal third quarter ended April 3rd, 2026. Seagate delivered outstanding March quarter results, exceeding the high end of our revenue and EPS guidance, achieving record margin performance, and generating close to $1 billion in free cash flow. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. All right. We believe Seagate is entering a new era of structural growth as AI applications to amplify data creation and support sustained storage demand. A real density-driven product strategy enables us to deliver high-capacity, energy, and capital-efficient storage at scale. Through disciplined execution, we are strategically positioned to capture these opportunities and drive profitable growth and long-term value creation. During the fiscal third quarter, the company generated $1.1 billion in cash flow from operations and $953 million in free cash flow. Seagate's balance sheet remains healthy, and during the fiscal third quarter, the company retired approximately $641 million in debt and returned $191 million to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases. As of the end of the quarter, cash and cash equivalents totaled $1.1 billion, and there were 224 million ordinary shares issued and outstanding. Quarterly cash dividend. The board of directors of the company declared a quarterly cash dividend of 0.74 per share, which will be payable on July 7th, 2026, to shareholders of record as of the close of business on June 24th, 2026. The payment of any future quarterly dividends will be at the discretion of the board and will be dependent upon Seagate's financial position, results of operations, available cash, cash flow, capital requirements, and other factors deemed relevant by the board. Business outlook. The business outlook for the fiscal fourth quarter 2026 is based on our current assumption and expectations. Actual results may differ materially as a result of, among other things, the company is providing the following guidance for its fiscal fourth quarter 2026. Revenue of $3.45 billion, plus or minus $100 million. Non-GAAP diluted EPS of $5, plus or minus 20 cents. Our fiscal fourth quarter guidance includes the estimated net dilutive impact from exchangeable senior notes due 2028 and minimal expected impact from global tariff policies and our current conflict in the Middle East as of the date of this release. Guidance regarding non-GAAP diluted EPS excludes known pre-tax charges related to estimated share-based compensation expenses of 0.23 per share. Okay. And then got a little while till we get the earnings call. Is there anything else here? I guess we can look at our balance sheet. 1.1 billion cash, 8.8 billion in assets. Oh wow. How is this trading at 130 billion market cap? That's insane. This is a small company. It's kind of small. Kind of small. They're making solid net income though, so you can't argue about that, but definitely seems overvalued, doesn't it? Kind of seems overvalued. Crushing on net income though. You're gonna make over 2 billion this year, it looks like, potentially. Absolutely crushing. Just kind of seems overvalued though. Like when you compare the market cap to this business. I don't know. Whoops. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Probably nothing else in here though. Yeah, this is all just what we read basically. I mean, the business is doing well. It's just when you compare the stock's valuation to this, it just seems like a lot. But obviously, you know, stock valuation doesn't matter today. Stocks, I mean, look at Palantir. Doesn't matter what the business is worth, it seems like. If people are excited about it, it's going to go up. So, yeah. But I don't know. What is there's a lot of people in the stream, but nobody typing in the chat. What do you guys think of this earnings? Is there any opinions out there? Any I don't know, what do you guys think of Seagate? Last earnings, STX pumped 19%. I remember that. I do remember that. It's crazy. GME only. Way to be. Storage in general special. MU gonna be printing money. Like, do you think Seagate's gonna be pulling in like 5-10 billion in net income in the next couple of years or something? I mean, if that's the case, then maybe the valuation's more justified. But if they're only making like 2-3 billion a year, I don't know. Is this valuation actually justified? I don't know. I think SanDisk is the only one in danger. No factory and direct control. Only a joint venture contract with Japanese. Interesting. What is SanDisk at? I haven't looked at that. 150 billion market cap. So it's probably at all-time highs. Oh, wow. Yeah, even SanDisk is going up after hours. Phew! Up 12% now for Seagate. Seagate's killing it. Absolutely killing it. At the house today, cardboard box inbound. There you go. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it. If you ain't living in a cardboard box, are you actually a trader? I don't know. I don't know. But what's up, Dippin' Ships? I feel like I've seen that name in here before. Hope you're doing good. Damn, it's still going. It's gonna hit 13%. No. Maybe. BE also pumping. I don't know what that is. What's that? Oh, Bloom Energy. They report today. Whew. Also up 12%. Doesn't Booking report? What's Booking doing? Booking's down 6%. What else reports today? Starbucks. Visa. Let's see, Visa. Here, I'll put this over here. Visa up 4%. T-Mobile flat. Starbucks up 5%. Waste Management. Waste Management is actually one of the first stocks I ever invested in. Long time ago. Long time ago. It was like my first year in the market. Waste Management and FedEx were my like first solid investment, or first decently profitable investments. And I guess there were some other ones, but those were like actually the first two. Robinhood down 7%. Wow. What else is there? NXP. NXP's up 11%. Extra Space Storage. I've never looked at that one. That's flat. Probably hasn't came out yet. First Energy. Flat. I think that's reported though. What else? What else? I don't know any of these other things. I don't know any of these other companies. Oh, Caesars. I wonder how Caesars doing. That was a interesting pick not too long ago. Oh, is it down more from when I thought it was interesting? Oh no, I think it's... Oh, what? I think let's see. Caesars? Interesting. I think Caesars is fairly valued, if I'm not mistaken. Unless... I don't remember when I was like talking about that. It could have been down at 20. They're losing money though. Yeah, they're losing stockholder equity, losing Interesting. What does their last 10K look like? Oh, that's what I was looking at. So yeah, they're losing more money than... I mean, if Caesars can make a comeback to profitability, it could be an interesting pick, but if it's going to continue to decline like that, I don't think it's very interesting. What did they post? I should have looked at this. What did they post for their 10Q here? So they're not losing as much, but they're still not doing well. Yeah, Caesar is kind of interesting. If they can come back to profitability, that's a solid pick. Damn, Seagate at 13% now. Wow. Anything else? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stocks. There's a lot of stocks reporting earnings today. I just don't know a lot of them. STX is ripping, son. 13%. Good lord. I'm surprised there's not more people here. I'll be right back. I like Wynn Resorts if I had to pick a gambling one. If I remember right, all the other gambling companies are like kind of overvalued. I think I've researched all of them. That's why Caesar stands out, because fundamentally it's actually kind of at its value. But I think all the other ones are expensive. Yeah, see, Wynn's declining. Wynn's at least profitable, but it's also declining. And yeah, there's no stockholder equity here. Yeah, I think Wynn's overvalued if I remember right. Let me see. 11 billion. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's kind of fairly valued, but kind of not. I mean, it just they have a lot of debt. So Caesars at least has stockholder equity. But it seems like the same story for all these gambling companies. They're all declining. So they'll have to make a comeback somehow. Is there other? There's no way there's other people streaming this. I guess Seagate's just not that popular. Yeah, I just refuse to believe that anyone else is streaming this. Oh, there's a bunch of people with it in their title, but they're not actually streaming it. Bunch of fakers, bro. Bunch of fakers. Alright, we still got 30 minutes till this earnings call starts. I searched by STX earnings. Everyone has it in title. I found it because you added up 30 minutes of Pokemon talk. Oh, you don't like Pokemon, bro? Pokemon's awesome. I'm not I'm not really a Pokemon investor, but everyone's too concerned about Robinhood. Ah, Robinhood's booty, bro. Robinhood sucks. I don't know why they would be concerned about a terrible company. I'm just kidding. I don't think Robinhood's company is bad or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's actually profitable and doing okay. I would just assume the stock's overvalued. We streamed Robinhood last earnings, so I know a little bit about it, but I agree. Well, welcome, Gerard. It's very rare someone agrees with anything I say. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Oh, you're good, Nicholas. Appreciate you being here, bro. Do you actually live stream? I'm looking at your channel, bro. You don't even live stream, Nicholas. It says watch Nicholas live stream, and you don't even live stream. Your last live stream was 3 months ago. You should be making some watch content, my friend. Just here for Seagate. Thanks, bro. Subbed. Hey, I appreciate it, Gerard. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for subbing. Thanks for being here. Much love, bro. How about fuck Robin Hood? I agree. I used to do watch live streams on another channel. Boring. Boring? That sounds cool. I'm not a big, like, watch guy, but you probably have a lot of insight on watches. I have a watch right here. This watch is it's like a reward watch. It's got a little diamond. My grandpa got it for like I forget, like 40 or 50 years at a Utah Power, Rocky Mountain Power. They gave him this watch. I don't even think it's... Oh, shit! I don't even think it's gold. I don't even think it's real gold. I'm pretty sure the diamond in there is real. But I don't even think it's real gold. Pretty sure it's stainless. I like this watch, though. I don't really ever wear it, but it's always here. And also the hands are messed up on it. Need some work. I have a watch for my grandpa too. Hey, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. You gotta love that. Gotta love that. Am I Jesus? Yes, my son. Confess your sins to me. Confess your sins to me, young calzone. And you will be I don't know what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not Jesus. I'm not. That's not me. You're talking about the wrong guy. I'm not Jesus. I'm Wall Street Jesus. How about that? Wall Street Jesus. You can refer to me as Wall Street Jesus. Is that fair? I actually was gonna change my stream name to that, but someone has it already. Because I thought it was funny. Especially now. He turns wine into liquid cooling for data centers. That's actually pretty funny. The funny thing is I'm like the biggest AI hater ever. That's the funny thing. I'm like literally the biggest AI hater. It's a great name for you, actually. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If someone didn't already have that name, that's probably what the YouTube channel would be called. Oh, what's up, William? I don't know if I said what's up to you, bro. People are watching Hood Earnings Call. Boring. We watched Hood Earnings Call last time. I'd rather watch Seagate. Oh, I don't know. I'd actually probably rather watch Hood, but I think like a bunch of people have said in here, everyone's, you know, streaming Hood, talking about Hood, so I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, you know? They can talk about their little Robin Hood and their little prediction markets and stuff. We'll stream Robinhood a different time. How much longer till Seagate? I think it starts in 20-ish minutes. I think like 25 minutes, actually. It's a late one. It's a late one, unfortunately. Few people doing Hood. I have no money in Hood either. Although I like how easy the platform is for certain things. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Robinhood is a good platform. I think it's very simple, but I would never use it. Like, I used it my first like year or two in the market for option trading, but I would never use Robinhood straight up for like actual investing and stuff. Even though, like you said, it is an easy platform and it has a decent interface. Like, it has a lot going for it, but I just could never use it, man. I just could never support Robinhood. I just really couldn't. I wasn't around when everyone got screwed with it a few years ago. They seem predatory. Yeah. There's also that aspect as well. There's definitely that aspect. I wasn't a GameStop investor back then. So, you know, I'm not like the biggest Robinhood hater, but they did screw me out of a couple option trades during that time. And yeah, I could never use their platform for actual investing. Like, I'm trying to get my cousin in investing, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I should just have him download Robinhood because it's simple, but I can't give him that advice because I hate Robinhood so much. Like, I can't even tell someone to use it because I just can't support that platform. I just can't. Yeah, Seagate's ripping, bro. I'm surprised there's not more people here for how much it's going up. Usually people get really excited when stocks are ripping like this. Teradyne went down. Oh yeah, I forgot Teradyne. I didn't look that up. Oh wow, 9%. Yeah, that's down quite a bit. How much is Robinhood down now? Oh, it's still 6%. Appreciate y'all being here and contributing to the chat. I really appreciate it. The chat's been kind of dead lately, so I love when people come in here and talk in the chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Will this pump hold be getting nuts too? Oh, I have no clue, man. I can't have an opinion on stocks that only go straight up, you know? It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to have an opinion about stocks that are only going straight up. Wondering how Seagate ripping can help my newly acquired Poet. Something about a rising tide in boats. I don't know what Poet is, but just because Seagate's going up doesn't mean other stocks are going to go up with it. They can, but if you're betting on Poet thinking Seagate's going to hold it up or push it up, I don't know about all that. You should be betting on Poet because you think Poet's going to go up for reasons other than other stocks going up. I've never really understood that. A lot of people do that. They'll bet on like Apple because they think like Microsoft is going to go up. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. If you think Microsoft's going to go up, bet on Microsoft. Why would you bet on another stock because you think a different stock is going to go up and you think it's going to make the stock you're betting on go up? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, if you think something's going to go up, you bet on it. It's simple. What the hell's Poet, though? What is that? It's just some AI nonsense. Small company, 1.2 billion. Yeah, it's probably just some Oh, it was literally a penny stock 2 years ago. Interesting. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Greetings from Singapore. Hey, much love, Jimmy. Appreciate you being here, bro. Didn't Didn't you say you've been here before, Jimmy? I can't remember. Someone. Oh yeah, it was Jimmy. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Poet CFO disclosed a deal with Marvel and they lost the deal. What a dork. Interesting. I don't even have any Seagate, but I'm heavy MU, so still interested. Ah, I gotcha. Gotcha. You're just interested in the semiconductor space, I suppose. New CFO would help Poet. Western Digital up 2. Nice. Types of memory maybe, or types of optics, types of semis. Not the best, but I bet on MSTR hood as proxies when I thought Bitcoin would go up. Well, that's different. That's a little different. Well, Robinhood, that doesn't make any sense as a Bitcoin bet, but MSTR, that makes sense as a Bitcoin bet for sure. I think that's a little different though. I think that's a little bit different. What's up, Suvi? What's up, Suvi? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. What were you saying about the chart, Rosh? Where is that? You could sell on eBay. Maybe that's what he means by selling to each other. Ah, good point. I forgot about that. PMOs crossing the MA. Whoops. Oh yeah, when I made that video, it was just crossing the yellow line. I don't know what the yellow line is, but it was just crossing that when I posted that video, I think. RSI's at 47 now. 57. So RSI is lower on the daily, but higher on the shorter time frames from when I last talked about it. Interesting. Interesting. It's not crossed yet. 1.46 versus 1.47. Intel and WDC up a lot along with Seagate, similar memory type, I guess. I'm sure all the semiconductor stocks are up, to be fair. If yellow's up, stock up. I use stock charts too. Oh, I love stock charts. I just don't have a subscription to it. I use the free couple weeks though, or whatever. Stock charts is a solid platform. Like, especially if you have a lot of stocks that you are keeping track of. It's just so simple. Like, you can literally have hundreds of stocks and open up one page and just fucking scroll through like so many chart. Like, stock charts is honestly the most solid platform for like keeping track of everything. It's just it actually costs money to use. I've never used it. Check it out. I'd definitely recommend at least trying the free trial. Give it a try for sure. You know, whether you want to use it, that's up to you. But it's definitely worth giving a try. I'm a free trial king. Well, there you go. There you go. I think you'll enjoy it if you used it the way I did it. Which stock charts do you have up when making love? Gamestop, bro. Just when I'm jacking it, bro. When I'm jacking it, I just jack it to GameStop. I'm just like, oh, that chart. Oh, it's been flat for like 4 years. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I think AMC had a small comeback recently. Yeah, AMC's down so fucking much, though. I don't think, unless that stock literally skyrockets, that thing's not going anywhere. I thought you were going to say Bed Bath & Beyond. Definitely not. Definitely not. Bed Bath & Beyond is kind of interesting, though, if they can actually do their turnaround. It's just very debatable if they're actually going to turn around or not. And is it going to be a profitable turnaround? From the earnings call yesterday, it sounded like it's going to be like a break-even turnaround. So, I don't know. If Bed Bath & Beyond got cheaper, it could be interesting, but I don't know how interesting it is where it's at. Mostly in data centers, semis, memory only, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I just can't invest in those things because I feel like they're overvalued. Well, they are overvalued. Like, I don't think anyone can argue that. A lot of those companies are overvalued. Their stocks are overvalued compared to the business. So, I just can't invest in those. But, you know, who knows? It could work. It could work out. They could keep going up. You never know. That's why I just buy GameStop, though, because the stock seems fairly valued and the potential future is extremely interesting. And then you have all the, you know, weird stock mechanics where it's squeezed multiple times and all that, you know, interesting stock market mechanics on top of the fairly valued stock and compared to the business. There's a lot of interesting things, but who knows? We'll see. What's up, Robert? They dead. Overstock bought their name or something. Nah, Bed Bath & Beyond's back on the market. It's Overstock's under their umbrella. They did get delisted for a while, though, if I remember right. But it's back on the market. We did the earnings call yesterday, actually. It was up over 30% after hours. And then I think it gave it all back. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Bro, this was up 30% yesterday. How is that even possible? Bed Bath & Beyond was literally up over 30% yesterday after hours, after the earnings. It's down 11% today. It was literally trading over $7 like less than 12 hours ago. It gave all the gains back and more. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. That's absolutely nuts. That's crazy. Can't argue with that. Oh, that's crazy, Nicholas. Bro, maybe people are like kind of coming to reality at this point, but anytime I say any of these AI companies are overvalued or say anything negative about these companies, I'm usually getting attacked. So the fact that you kind of agree with me, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm usually getting straight up attacked if I say something like Seagate is overvalued or something, like straight up, bro. I'm usually getting attacked. It's good to see some people grounded in reality. It's good to see. Look at Best Buy, really low, acquisition low. I think Best Buy is not doing well. Oh yeah, it just hit a brand new low. That's crazy. CEO Corey Berry steps down. Jason Bonfig set to take over. Wow, it hit a low. It hit a low, a brand new low. That's crazy. Hasn't been this low since 2022. Well, I mean, even longer actually, but yeah, that's wild. That's pretty wild. I just don't think Best Buy is the acquisition target, unless all they want is the. I just don't know if Best Buy is the acquisition target, but I guess it could be. That'd be interesting. Just for their Pokemon allocation. I don't know how interesting Best Buy's business is overall, but you get their Pokemon allocation, that's pretty cool. Probably STX tomorrow, to be fair. You never know, man. This thing has been absolutely ripping. I wouldn't even be surprised if it just kept going up. These semiconductor stocks are insane, dude. They, like, only go straight up. They literally only go straight up. Eventually they'll sell off, but for right now, they only go up. Visa seems to have stopped downtrend. Let's check out that chart. The earnings call starts here soon. Oh yeah, you're kind of forming a bullish trend here, a little bit. Very, very short-term bullish trend, but yeah, it's still overall a bearish trend for sure. Well, if you're talking about the past year, obviously Visa's chart is bullish. Like I don't think you can argue that this chart's this chart's bullish, but for the past year it has been bearish. And yeah, you're kind of just getting a breakout retrace here, so it's definitely on the verge of potentially coming back and making some new highs, or you know, it could continue the bear trend it's been in for the past year. You really never know. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Whoa. And we have the ex Best Buy girl posting stories with the GME shirts again. That's my tin for the day. That's very interesting tin, actually. That's very interesting. That is pretty interesting, huh? Best Buy hits a brand new low, and the GameStop girl or Best Buy girl, whatever, posts a story about a announcement in May. That is actually pretty tinny. That is pretty tinny, bro. You're like the Tin Man over here. You're the Tin Man. EVTL? I have no clue what that is, my friend. Never heard of it. Vertical Aerospace. 200 million market cap. That's a little baby company. Not interesting to me. I don't like little baby companies that probably aren't even, I mean, I'm not even going to look it up, but probably not even profitable. So, not interesting. I don't like little baby companies. If you ain't talking billions, I'm not interested. Well, I would say like 500 million's the minimum. Yeah, their earnings call music's pretty weird. Pretty weird. All right. Reminds me of The Shining, the music. I've never seen The Shining, actually. Never seen it. The only reason I know about The Shining is because of Ready Player One or whatever it's called. Because they go inside the movie set in that movie. Ready Player One's fire. That's a good movie. Good movie even now still. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out if I can find it. I don't think it's not on like Netflix or anything, is it? If it's on Netflix, I could watch it. I doubt it, but could be. I don't think it is, but next time I'm on Netflix, I'll check it out and see if it's on there. I guess I could just look it up now. No, it's on Amazon, it looks like. Whoops. How'd that stream clip do I posted? Oh, it's doing alright. The only issue with those stream clips is they don't get any engagement. They get a lot of views, but no engagement. The video's still doing okay. It's freaking cold. Is it a short? Yeah, I posted a Seagate short, but I also made another video yesterday after the stream ended. When I streamed, I joked to send money. NAO. I'm poor, I can't afford my next Rolex. Wait, what? When I streamed, I joked to send money. Now I'm poor and I can't afford my next Rolex. Oh, I never beg for money. People donate though. You know, a lot of the people with green on their name, they're monthly members. So, you know, people donate, people join the membership every now and then, but I don't ask people to do it. Usually, I mean, it's very rare. Sometimes I'll promote the membership, but usually not. Gonna hit the road. All right, Moose. Much love, bro. Have a good one. Appreciate you. Send money for GME shares now. I wish. I wish. Whatever happened to double prizes, though? Where'd that guy go? There was some dude in here named Double Prizes, and he was donating like $500 a month to the stream or more. But I haven't seen him in a while. It's kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Hopefully he's doing all right. Double prizes come back. For real though. For real though. I miss my double prize donations. It's all good though. It's all good. He also would drop some crazy wisdom sometimes. He was a good guy, good guy. Alright, this earnings call should be starting any minute now. Some smart people around for sure. Yeah, there's also some... I mean, it's very rare. It's very rare. At least in the stream. In the stream, it's very rare, like, chill people come here. Usually it's just, yeah. I don't want to say anything negative, but dealt with a lot of terrible people streaming. The cool people, the smart people are a very rare breed. Straight degenerates. Oh, there's a lot of those. I'm a straight degenerate. But there's some true degenerates out there who think they are way smarter than they actually are. How do people feel if they sell before earnings and it goes double-digit pump? Well, they definitely don't feel good. I can say that for sure. But I guess it just I don't know, it depends what kind of trader they are. Like if it was me, I wouldn't really care because I probably took profits for a reason. But as far as other people, I can't speak for other people because I don't think a lot of people make their trading decisions based on real proper decision making. I think a lot of people's trading decisions are based on emotion. So, it's tough for me to say how other people would feel about something like that because I don't really base my opinions or decision, especially trading. I don't place my decisions off of emotions I don't base my decisions off of emotions. But that's how most people approach the stock market, so not too sure. I'd imagine they'd be punching the air, doing the air punch. Stupid, I'd imagine. Ruben! What's up, Ruben? It's been a while, I feel like. I haven't seen you in here in a couple days. Well, I guess today's Tuesday, isn't it? I feel like it's been a little bit, though. I feel like I feel like I don't remember the last time you were here. Hope you're doing good, though, bro. Yeah, Rosh's tin's pretty interesting. Oh shit, is the earnings call starting?
By pressing the star key,
All right,
followed
here you
by
go,
0.
chat. Here's the earnings call.
After today's presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. To ask a question, you may press star, then 1 on your telephone keypad. To withdraw your question, please press star, then 2. Please note, this event is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Shani Hudson, Senior Vice President of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's call. Joining me are Dave Mosley, Seagate's Chair and Chief Executive Officer, and Gianluca Romano, our Chief Financial Officer. We've posted our earnings press release and detailed supplemental information for our March quarter results on the Investors section of our website. During today's call, we'll refer to GAAP and non-GAAP measures. Non-GAAP figures are reconciled to GAAP figures in the earnings press release posted on our website and included in our Form 8K. We've not reconciled certain non-GAAP outlook measures because material items that may impact these measures are out of our control and/or cannot be reasonably predicted. Therefore, a reconciliation to the corresponding GAAP measures is not available without unreasonable effort. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that today's call contains forward-looking statements that reflect management's current views and assumptions based on information available to us as of today and should not be relied upon as of any subsequent date. Actual results may differ materially from those contained in or implied by these forward-looking statements as they're subject to risks and uncertainties associated with our business. To learn more about the risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may affect our future business results, please refer to the press release issued today and our SEC filings, including our most recent annual report on Form 10-K and quarterly report on Form 10-Q, as well as the supplemental information, all of which may be found on the Investors section of our website. Following our prepared remarks, we'll open the call up for questions. In order to provide all analysts with the opportunity to participate, We thank you in advance for asking one primary question and then re-entering the queue. With that, I'll hand the call over to you, Dave.
Thanks, Jamie, and hello, everyone. Seagate delivered a very strong March quarter, underscoring both the durability of demand and the leverage in our model. We grew revenue 44% year over year, achieved record gross margins, more than doubled non-GAAP operating income, and generated one of our highest ever levels of free cash flow at close to $1 billion. Momentum continues to build for our Mosaic HAMR-based platforms, with two of the world's largest CSPs now qualified on our 4+ terabyte per disk product. For both of these customers, qualification timelines were in line with PMR products, underscoring the maturity of the platform and our team's outstanding execution as we work to meet customers' accelerated demand requirements. Our strong FQ4 guidance issued today demonstrates our growing conviction in the business and future opportunities. As we look ahead, we see Seagate now entering a period of structural growth. Our belief is rooted in three pillars. First is the sustainability of rising storage demand. AI-enhanced applications are accelerating data creation, expanding retention, and increasing reliance on historical data sets for advanced reasoning. Extending beyond cloud data centers to the enterprise edge, these trends require storage solutions that deliver cost and energy efficiency at scale, making high-capacity hard drives essential to modern data center architectures. Second is our strategic technology roadmap. Anchored by the Mosaic platform and HAMR innovation, we are delivering critical technology breakthroughs at the right time to support our customers' rising demand now and into the future. Third is our proven strategy focused on converting demand into profitable growth and value creation. Our build-to-order model enhances demand visibility and supports pricing and supply discipline. Our HAMR-based product roadmap enables margin expansion as we scale, and our capital allocation framework enables us to leverage our earnings growth and cash flow generation into strengthening our balance sheet and enhancing shareholder returns over the long term. The combination of these pillars, robust market demand, a proven technology roadmap, and disciplined operational execution, is already driving performance ahead of the financial targets outlined at our analyst event a year ago. The progress we have made gives us confidence to significantly increase our annual revenue growth target from the low to mid-teens to a minimum of 20% over the next few years. This confidence is reinforced by the strength of the current demand environment, shaped by ongoing momentum from cloud investments. The March quarter marked our 10th consecutive period of revenue growth from cloud customers who have committed hundreds of billions of dollars in infrastructure CapEx investment to support their own long-term growth and AI transformations. Using remaining performance obligations, or RPO, as a proxy for future revenue potential, the top three global CSPs alone have nearly doubled their RPO to a staggering $1.1 trillion, a clear indicator of sustained growth ahead. Assurance of reliable supply is our customers' highest priority, particularly for nearline products, which accounted for close to 90% of total exabyte shipments in the March quarter. We have exabyte scale supply agreements in place with nearly all major cloud and hyperscale customers, with nearline capacity almost fully allocated through calendar 2027. At the same time, we are finalizing build-to-order contracts with these customers through the end of fiscal 2027, which defines specific configuration and pricing. Our value-based pricing approach enables customers to plan with confidence while contributing to sustained profit growth for Seagate. And we are actively engaged in strategic planning discussions now reaching into calendar 2028 and beyond. Today, AI sits at the center of nearly all customer demand conversations. We are in the midst of an inference inflection where compute infrastructure is shifting from periodic training to becoming engines that continually generate mass capacity data. Leading AI chatbots now handle billions of user prompts daily, each consuming and producing multimodal outputs that fuel an unprecedented surge in data creation. Agentic AI pushes this even further, transforming sporadic engagements into autonomous workflows that continuously ingest inputs, generate reasoning, and store durable outputs that are dramatically increasing data intensity and long-term storage requirements. AI is amplifying demand across existing applications such as video, where large cloud providers are integrating AI into platforms to boost user engagement and revenue opportunities, driving new video creation and the need to store it. We believe demand will further accelerate as AI applications move beyond the data center into the physical world, powering manufacturing systems, autonomous vehicles, and robotics. These physical AI deployments generate massive data streams from sensors, cameras, and telemetry, with a single autonomous vehicle producing up to 4 terabytes per hour. A portion of this data is reused for simulation, validation, and retraining, with retention requirements stretching 5 to 10 years to meet compliance standards. These inference-based applications are creating a growing need for both cloud and local storage. We have started to see interest from sovereign and neo-cloud data centers for our enterprise nearline drives and system solutions. To manage these intensifying workloads, cloud and edge data centers deploy storage tiers that work in concert to optimize performance, cost, energy efficiency, and data durability. Hard drives are critical to these modern data center architectures, delivering scalable capacity along with energy and cost efficiencies that form the foundation of the mass data storage tier. Seagate's proven product portfolio makes us well positioned to address this broadening opportunity set. Our technology strategy prioritizes areal density innovation over increasing unit volumes to address rising demand. Leveraging our technology strengths, we provide the most capital and manufacturing efficient path to scale while delivering improved cost and power efficiency per terabyte for our customers. This approach supports our goal to supply data center exabyte growth in the mid-20% range. Our Mosaic 4 Plus platform is a prime example. As our second generation HAMR-based product, Mosaic 4 can deliver up to 44 terabytes per drive, over 30% more capacity compared to the first generation Mosaic drives, which we achieve with the same number of disks and heads with minimal change to the bill of materials. Mosaic 4 also incorporates our internally designed laser and integrated photonic circuitry into the recording head. This innovation enables high volume, extreme precision manufacturing that enhances our ability to increase drive capacity and cost efficiency. We began revenue shipments for Mosaic 4 in late March, and based on current ramp plans, we expect Mosaic 4 to represent a majority of our HAMR exabyte shipments exiting calendar 2026. We have shipped millions of HAMR-based drives, highlighting our ability to engineer with atomic level precision and then integrate that innovation into high volume exabyte scale. We work closely with customers to ensure our technology roadmap aligns with their future storage capacity and performance needs. Customer feedback consistently indicates that tiered storage architectures and software solutions meet their performance needs over the next few years. Capacity scaling remains their top priority, and we are executing the plan. Our Mosaic 5 product development is progressing well to plan to deliver capacities at 50 terabytes with qualification shipments targeted for late calendar 2027. These drives leverage our advanced photonics expertise, internally designed laser, and mature 10-disk platform to extend areal density capabilities. This approach offers customers a predictable path for addressing their future exabyte growth needs, as well as upgrade the storage capacity of their installed base while using the same power budget and floor space. And the momentum we've seen in qualifying Mosaic products continues to validate this approach. Today, the vast majority of HAMR supply is allocated to cloud and hyperscale customers. However, as production scales, we expect to leverage 4 and 5 terabyte per disk capabilities to produce cost-efficient, lower capacity products for enterprise data centers and edge IoT applications. This unified platform approach will simplify our product portfolio and enable manufacturing, supply chain, and cost efficiencies to deliver strong economics for Seagate over the long term. In summary, Seagate is entering a period of structural growth, powered by durable demand, increasing adoption of our Mosaic-based products, and continued execution against a strategy designed to drive margin expansion, cash flow, and long-term value creation. I want to thank our global team for delivering another strong quarter and recognize our suppliers, customers, and shareholders for their ongoing support. With that, I'll turn it over to Gianluca.
Thank you, Dave. Seagate posted very strong results for the March quarter, exceeding our expectation for revenue, operating margin, and earnings per share, while setting new profitability records that reflect sustained data center demand. Additionally, we further strengthened our balance sheet by retiring $641 million in gross debt and achieved free cash flow margin of 31%. Revenue for the March quarter was $3.1 billion, up 10% sequentially and up 44% year over year. We achieved non-GAAP gross margin of 47%, up 480 basis points sequentially, and we expanded non-GAAP operating margin by 560 basis points sequentially to 37.5%. Our resulting non-GAAP EPS was $4.10, up 32% quarter over quarter and 115% year over year. We shipped 199 exabytes in the quarter, up 39% year over year. The data center market accounted for 88% of exabyte shipments and 80% of revenue, with strong demand contribution from both global cloud and enterprise customers. We shipped 175 exabytes into the data center market, up 6% sequentially and 47% year on year. Data center revenue increased even faster over the same period, up 12% sequentially and 55% year on year, totaling $2.5 billion. Cloud makes up the vast majority of data center revenue and capacity shipments. We are focused on ramping Mosaic to address growing cloud customer demand. In the March quarter, we shipped Mosaic drives for revenue to 75% of the leading global cloud customers, and we remain on track to complete qualification with the remaining 2 customers in the current quarter. In the enterprise OEM data center market, we saw a notable sequential revenue increase, reflecting growing deployment of AI applications, along with renewed demand for hybrid and tiered storage architectures. This proven strategy, widely adopted by cloud and hyperscale customers, provides scalable and efficient infrastructure solutions across all market conditions. Our edge IoT market made up the remaining 20% of revenue at $612 million, up 2% sequentially. In the client and consumer market, tight supply and higher NAND costs offset the typical seasonal demand slowdown in the March quarter. Moving on to the rest of the income statement, non-GAAP gross profit increased to $1.5 billion, up 23% quarter over quarter and 87% compared with the prior year period, growing roughly twice the rate of revenue. Non-GAAP gross margin expanded to 47% in the March quarter, from 42.2% in the prior period. This improvement reflects continued execution of our long-term pricing strategy, along with improving product mix. Together, this drove a mid-single-digit increase in year-over-year data center revenue per terabyte. We expect this trend to continue, supported by a strong demand environment. Non-GAAP operating expenses were in line with our expectation at $296 million, or 9.5% of revenue. The combination of higher revenue and expense discipline enabled us to achieve our long-term target earlier than originally planned. As we effectively execute our strategy around advancing areal density, supply discipline, and pricing, we delivered a 30% sequential improvement in non-GAAP operating profit to $1.2 billion, or 37.5% of revenue. Other income and expense were $62 million, reflecting lower interest expense on the reduced outstanding debt balance. We expect other income and expense to remain relatively flat in the June quarter. Non-GAAP net income grew to $934 million with corresponding non-GAAP EPS of $4.10 per share, based on tax expenses of $171 million and a diluted share count of approximately 228 million shares, including the net impact of our 2028 convertible notes. Turning now to cash flow and the balance sheet, we invested $161 million in capital expenditures for the March quarter, or roughly 4% of revenue year to date. We expect capital expenditure for fiscal year 2026 to be inside our target range of 4 to 6% of revenue, with investment aimed at the ongoing transition and ramp of HAMR-based products. Free cash flow generation expanded significantly to $953 million, up 57% from the prior quarter, representing our highest level in over a decade. We expect free cash flow generation to improve further through the remaining quarter in calendar 26, supported by sustained demand trends, operational efficiencies, and capital discipline. Cash and cash equivalents increased to $1.1 billion at the end of March quarter, with ample liquidity of $2.4 billion, including our undrawn revolving credit facility. During the March quarter, we returned approximately $191 million to shareholders through dividend and share repurchases. We also retired $641 million in debt, including over $600 million of exchangeable senior note due 2028, using cash on hand. Our resulting gross debt balance was approximately $3.9 billion exiting the March quarter. Year-to-date fiscal 2026, we have reduced gross debt by approximately $1.1 billion. Net leverage ratio improved to 0.7 times, based on our adjusted EBITDA of $1.2 billion for the March quarter, up 28% quarter over quarter, and more than double year on year. We expect the net leverage ratio to continue declining as profitability and cash generation increase, while we plan to further reduce debt. I'm pleased to share that Fitch recently upgraded Seagate credit to investment grade, recognizing our strengthening balance sheet and profitability expansion. Turning now to the June quarter outlook. Despite rising geopolitical tensions, including the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, we do not currently expect material impacts to the business. Our teams acted quickly to mitigate supply and logistic disruption, and we will continue to monitor this dynamic situation. Underlying demand fundamentals have not changed. AI is reshaping data into a strategic asset, accelerating our customer need for storage capacity at scale. We see strengthening exabyte demand and continue to execute our Mosaic product qualification alongside our pricing strategy. With that as a context, we expect June quarter revenue to be in a range of $3.45 billion plus or minus $100 million, which represents a 41% year-over-year improvement at the midpoint. Non-GAAP operating expenses are expected to be approximately $295 million. Based on the midpoint of our revenue guidance, non-GAAP operating margin is expected to be in the lower 40% range. Non-GAAP EPS is expected to be $5 plus or minus 20 cents, based on a tax rate of about 16% and non-GAAP diluted share count of 231 million shares, including estimated dilution from our 2028 convertible notes of approximately 3 million shares. Our financial performance and guidance demonstrate our focus on profitable revenue growth, alongside a product strategy designed to capture the significant opportunities ahead. Combined with the visibility gained through our customer agreements, we are confident in delivering quarterly revenue growth and margin expansion through fiscal 2027, positioning Seagate to enhance value for both customers and shareholders over the long term. Operator, let's open the call up for questions.
We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, you may press star, then one on your telephone keypad. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the keys. To withdraw your question, please press star, then two. Please limit yourselves to one question. If you have additional questions, you may rejoin the queue. Our first question today is from Eric Woodring with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Awesome. Good evening, guys. Thank you very much for the question, and congrats on the results and guide. Dave, I was wondering if you could go a bit more into the detail on specific tailwinds to HDDs from agentic AI. And, I guess meaning like the broad tailwinds to HDD storage demand for multimodal models and physical AI is pretty clear, but it's less clear exactly what parts of the agentic workflow are ripe for HDDs. So I guess my question is specifically, how does agentic AI benefit HDD demand? And does that have any impact on how you think about that mid 20% nearline exabyte CAGR you provided at Investor Day a year ago? Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, we are picking up confidence because of some of these new applications. I think it's important to realize that some of the applications, while important, are fairly small data applications. Some drive enormous data sets. And so when I think about agentic AI, I think about frequently asked questions. You're rather than just periodically querying something, you're doing it as part of a workflow. And when you do that, you may actually reference enormous data sets to draw your conclusion, and you may actually create new data that needs to be propagated out in the world. To the extent that that's unstructured data, video data, that's where it's actually hitting the storage tiers fairly hard. So not entirely, related to mass capacity storage, but we're starting to see a lot of this pick up.
The next question is from Asiya Merchant with Citigroup. Please go ahead.
Great. Thank you for taking my questions, and great set of numbers here. Congratulations. If you could just talk a little bit about cost reductions, pretty impressive here. You guys are on the second generation Mosaic now. How should we think about these cost reductions? And if you could just update where you think you would be for, HAMR. I think you said majority of them exiting, I think fiscal 26, if I heard that correct. But if you could just update us on where you are with the HAMR targets and the blended cost reductions we should expect as you ramp into the second generation. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Well, that's one of the reasons we try to change as little as we can, platform to platform. It de-risks the product transition, but it also allows ourselves and our suppliers to leverage all the install base as well. So we're trying not to change as many parts as we possibly can. Obviously, there are technology changes. Most of those are under our control in the heads and media. But right now, because of the momentum that we're seeing with the HAMR roadmap, we're seeing that we can get more areal density for fairly small changes inside of our portfolio. Most of it affects the laser and the photonic circuitry and the material set on the media, like we talked about. So all of this is not netting out to much of a bill of materials change, and therefore we're getting a lot of the cost leverage. Gianluca, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I would say if you look at our last several quarters, the cost reduction was coming from mainly two items. One is for sure the mix going to higher capacity drive, and second was the full utilization of our manufacturing. When I look into the future, of course, now we are full, so that part maybe will not be so important in terms of cost reduction, but our mix change continue to be very fast. We are going faster than what we were thinking on the transition to HAMR. And now that we have second generation HAMR, now we have a very good increase in terabyte per unit. And of course, this is the driver, not adding more bill of material to the hard disk. This is the main driver for the future cost reduction.
And I think, Asiya, your second question was around where we stand in terms of HAMR. Dave had mentioned on the call that we would expect towards the end of this calendar year for Mosaic 4 to cross over with Mosaic 3, and then we remain on track for overall HAMR exabyte crossover at that time as well.
Great. Thank you.
The next question is from Samik Chatterjee with JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my question. Maybe on the pricing side, pretty strong price increase both on a year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter basis here. I know you sort of expect these pricing trends to continue, but just trying to think through why shouldn't we see pricing maybe accelerate a bit as more new contracts come into play as you go through sort of end of 2026 into 2027? Why shouldn't how should we think about pricing, and why should it sort of accelerate more as more new contracts come into the P&L from here on? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. The first way I think about it is what is the true demand, and I think the demand is rising. To your point, further out in time as we roll out of one LTA and into the next, then the market demand dictates, what the economics. We talked about this a little bit in the prepared remarks about when we set exact capacity configurations, what products are qualified with what customers, and therefore what price. As we've been rolling forward, though, we have the ability to out just a few more drives out of manufacturing or whatever, so we can always test what that demand is, and the demand keeps going up. And so we're seeing what the market price, if you will, is. Our goal still is to try to lock in with our customers and give them predictability so that they have a great economics plan to build their data centers out, and we know what we're going to get paid for what we start in our factories.
Yeah, we have now finalized our build to order for our fiscal 27. So we see how the pricing is trending, how say there are no changes to our pricing strategy. We are continuing to execute this strategy that allowed us to increase profitability for the last 12 consecutive quarters. And now based on those orders that we have now finalized in terms of mix, in terms of pricing, in terms of volume, now we said that for the next 4 quarters, so for the entire fiscal 27, we are confident in saying that we have a good opportunity to increase our profit and our revenue sequentially through the fiscal 27.
Okay. Thank you.
The next question is from C.J. Muse with Cantor Fitzgerald. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for taking the question. I guess another question on agentic AI, and particularly as you think about the need for large-scale data lakes and overall demand for persistent memory, is this changing perhaps your product structure roadmap? I know you announced a partnership with NVIDIA. Curious, how this is augmenting kind of your product roadmap, and also, does this change kind of your thinking around supporting demand via only areal density improvements? Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, CJ. I think architectures still are largely driven the same way they were a couple of years ago, which is, and we said this before, our customers want more capacity per spindle, and that's their highest priority. And so we're still racing on areal density, exactly to your point. There are a lot of conversations about performance tiers. Can we get a little bit more performance out of the drive? And so, for example, we've talked about this in the past. We had stacked actuator designs in the past. We've shipped millions of those drives in the tens of exabytes range for performance tiers, and we can certainly pull those designs back down off the shelf. But I would still say, while those discussions are happening, the biggest driver for us is get more capacity per drive.
Yeah, on agentic AI, you need historical data for agents to reason, and you need to store that data for compliance. So we see those as a huge benefit to our business.
Thank you.
The next question is from Wamsi Mohan with Bank of America. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much. So you generated almost $1 billion in free cash flow, so over 30% plus free cash flow margins in the quarter. And given your view that you're entering a new era of structural growth, how should we think about how you're going to deploy this cash beyond sort of the next 12 months where, I think you said you're going to retire that? And a quick clarification around pricing. When you say you have pricing locked in for fiscal 27, how much of the capacity for fiscal 27 has pricing been locked in, and how much is sort of floating at the moment? Thank you.
Yeah, we said the vast majority of our nearline capacity is allocated during during the next 4 quarters. So, of course, it's not 100%, but is a very high percentage. On capital allocation, in the last few quarters, we have focused a lot on reducing our debt, especially our convertible, because somehow that would have created even more dilution. We still have about $400 million of the convertible that is open that we will probably address this quarter or next. So a little bit of reduction in debt, and then I would say the majority will probably go to share buyback. We are active already today in the market, and we will probably do more in the next few quarters.
Yeah, Wamsi, I would say that last year we were focused very much on working capital and just getting the supply chain back healthy again from what we went through. Now, to Gianluca's point, we have to take care of some of the debt that we have, and I think the next place that we go to, exactly to your point, is back to where we were before, which is returning value to shareholders.
Thanks, Dave.
The next question is from Krish Sankar with TD Cowen. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my question. Dave or Gianluca, on the mid-20% exabyte growth, are you just increasing capacity per unit, or are you actually increasing the units or head capacity? Thank you.
Yeah, I would say capacity per unit is where our focus is. If you think about it, and a lot of people get this wrong when thinking about hard drives, it's a very complex supply chain with many different suppliers coming in, and then there's our critical components that we control, but they have very long lead times, not just for the capital to build more, but also for the product itself when it's inside the machines. And so therefore, it's really needs to be well orchestrated in our supply chain. It's not like just plugging in a few more machines to get more capacity out. Our people are very much focused on increasing the areal density, the amount that comes out of the entire fleet. That's the way we believe gets the most exabytes into the world. And if we took those people off and had them make more parts, to your point, we would probably net fewer exabytes over the next few years. So we're very focused on it, with the technology innovation that we see coming in front of us, continuing to drive those efficiencies. The customers benefit from those with energy efficiency and space efficiency and scale as well. So this is in concert with our customers. This is the way we're driving and trying to be as aggressive as we can.
I would say the move to the second generation HAMR now is giving us the opportunity to continue to grow and to achieve that target CAGR that we discussed about a year ago. And then after the second generation, we will have the third generation that Dave was mentioning in the prepared remark that is not too far in time from now. Now is basically at the end of next calendar year, we will be already in qual with a 50 terabyte drive. So that is our strategy, and all based on technology transition and not on adding units.
Thank you.
The next question is from Mark Newman with Bernstein. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for taking my question, and congrats on a great quarter. Just wanted to double-click on pricing. It seems like on my math, your pricing per exabyte seemed to accelerate a bit, something like mid-single digits Q on Q. And I wanted to understand, is that more because you had a higher portion of new contracts signed this quarter versus previous quarters? Or was it just that the magnitude of the price increase on new contracts has gone up? I guess the reason for this question is we're just trying to get a sense of if this magnitude of price increase is going to continue every quarter going forwards, or was this because you had a number of new signed and so perhaps it was a bit higher than normal? Really appreciate any kind of clarity you can give on the pricing dynamic. Thanks very much.
Yeah, we are not changing our pricing strategy. So as I said before, we have executed this strategy for a long time, and we are continuing to do the same. Every quarter is different, depend from how many new contracts we have in the quarter, depend a lot from the mix also, know how we move customers from one product to the next. But in general, I would say there are no changes in how we address our pricing strategy. So we have done that for many quarters, and as I said before, we have the same trend for the next 4 quarters for the entire fiscal 27 and possibly even for longer.
Thanks very much.
The next question is from Jim Schneider with Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thanks for taking my question. I was wondering if you could just maybe frame for us a little bit with a little more precision as we look out, say, towards the end of fiscal 27, given your pricing visibility, would you characterize your price per exabyte growth year over year for those longer dated orders as sort of up low, mid, or high single digits year over year?
Yeah, we probably don't guide so far in time. So as I said before, every quarter will be a little bit better, and we expect revenue improvement. We expect profitability improvement. A big part of the profitability improvement is coming from pricing, but is also coming from the change in mix and the reduction cost that the 40 terabyte HAMR drive will give us.
Yeah, Jim, that's the way I look at it. Is there's new products coming, higher capacity products, and then we said this in the prepared remarks as well, the ability to address some of the lower price bands, if you will, with better products, fewer components in them. That's what areal density provides us, and that's the way we think about it. So fundamentally, it'll still come down to demand, as we play out through 27, to the extent that we can get up the ramp faster than we think on yields and, get the scrap down and be able to address other people through completing the customer qualification. That that allows us to get into those other markets very aggressively. And I think that's where we're focused. And then whatever the ultimate demand is, we don't know, but we think it's pretty high relative to our supply as well. So we'll, continue to negotiate with customers to give them predictability, and they'll determine what the price is.
The next question is from Amit Daryanani with Evercore. Please go ahead.
Yep. Thanks for taking my question. I have a question just on gross margins. And if I think about the Analyst Day, you folks talked about 50% incremental gross margin. Seems like a while back that happened. You folks are doing 70% plus pretty consistently. Love to understand, is this outperformance, kind of driven by pricing or mix or shift to HAMR? And then importantly, is 70% incremental sort of the right framework to have as we go through the fiscal 27 model?
Yeah, I think I'll let Gianluca talk quantitatively here, but I think the strong demand is something that we weren't focusing on a year ago, to your point, and we've executed really well against that. Maybe even better than I thought we would. But we're pushing areal density really aggressively, and the team's done a great job.
Yes, no, we have executed better than what we were planning a year ago. From different drivers. Now, I say pricing was a little bit better. Mix transition was a little bit faster. Now we can leverage more on the 40 terabyte drive. So I'll say, yeah, I'm looking at what we have done in the last few quarters, and I don't see a reason why we should not do the same in the future. But of course, every quarter is different. So let's see what we can achieve.
Perfect. Thank you, and congrats on a nice sprint.
Thank you.
The next question is from Aaron Rakers with Wells Fargo. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking the question. And maybe I'll stick with the P&L, kind of similar to Amit. When we think about the model you framed out at the Analyst Day, I'm curious, as we look into fiscal 27 and given variable comp dynamics, how do we think about operating expenses? I think your prior target was to kind of maintain roughly 10% OpEx to revenue. Clearly, we're now breaking through that. So I'm curious of how should we think about the OpEx trajectory going forward?
I would say think about it as relatively flat. Obviously, if we see the need to go invest more for the technology to drive the technology even further, we can. But right now, I think our team's doing very well, and we have a fairly big OpEx portfolio that we can readjust priorities inside of. So I think the way I think about it is relatively flat.
Yeah, just to be sure, flat on a dollar basis, not as a percentage of revenue, no,
Right.
as we discussed also in prior quarters. And as Dave said, no, this is a good level for us. And if we need to do something, we will do it. But right now, we don't see the need.
Yep. Thank you.
The next question is from Timothy Arcuri with UBS. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. I just wanted to clarify exactly what the message is on units. I know you and your peers stopped giving us units a few quarters back, but there was a big head supplier that did report last night. They got it heads up 40% year over year, and they specifically indicated that it's demand from the US HDD guys. So I know maybe some element of it is that you want to prioritize internal head capacity for HAMR, but how does that fit with the idea that you're not growing units? Or are you, in fact, beginning to grow units because of some of these new demand drivers? Thanks.
To first order, Tim, no, we're still not growing units. I mean, inside of the mix, there may be more heads inside of the drive, right? So the average number of heads per drive, which we don't talk about very much, may be increasing. It's not 20 heads, which is in the highest capacity drive that we have yet. And there's still quite a bit of the low capacity drives that are serving customers that are very important to us. So as we look across that blend, probably more heads and media going into the average drive is the way to think about it. The total number of units is not really increasing. And I don't think it will unless we see a resurgence at the edge. And so that may be, over a long period of time.
Yeah, as you know, Tim, HAMR cycle time is a bit longer than PMR. So we use a little bit of PMR heads just to keep the units as they are today. Otherwise, the units will actually go down.
Thanks a lot.
The next question is from Karl Ackerman with BNP Paribas. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. You spoke about how the Mosaic 4 platform will command 70% of your HAMR shipments by the end of fiscal 27. But how quickly might HAMR exceed half of your total exabyte shipments? I ask because it seems to support favorable capital intensity, and as yields improve on HAMR, it seems easier and more economical for you to replace lower capacity data center and edge hard drives with HAMR heads and media. Thank you.
Maybe let me clarify those percentages. Now, what we said is we will achieve 70% of exabyte, nearline exabyte, built on HAMR drive by the end of calendar 27, actually by fiscal 27, sorry. And by the end of this calendar 26, we said the majority of HAMR exabyte, so inside the HAMR exabyte, will be 40 terabyte drives product versus the 30 terabyte drives product that we were building before. So those are the percentages.
But still a quite aggressive ramp on Mosaic 4 Plus, to your point. And I think the other way to think about it is, our wafer fab is relatively full, and so therefore everything's spoken for. We're making sure we do that blend just right. We're not leaning too hard into the Mosaic 4 because some of the other product families are still doing quite well and needed for various customers.
Thank you.
The next question is from Vijay Rakesh with Mizuho. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Dave and Gianluca. Just a quick question on the margins. Obviously, very solid margin pickup in the quarter and the guide. Just wondering if there's a way to look at it on what's the impact from HAMR mix versus utilization or price, and how does it change with the Mosaic 5, I guess? Thanks.
Yeah, I think as we continue to go up the curve and we can hold the line on new piece parts in the bill of materials, like we talked about before, leverage as much technology that already exists, I think that's where we get the best cost leverage. And again, the technology and the heads and media are what fundamentally enables all of this. So that's why we're investing very heavily. We get more exabyte output as well, and that'll help drive margins. I think when you think about a 3 terabyte per platter, a 4 terabyte per platter, a 5 terabyte per platter drive, that value into the data center is enormous. I mean, it's space efficiency, efficiency on all the parts around it on a per terabyte basis, and then obviously power and things like that. So the customers lean very hard into those things, and that's why that's giving us great visibility. And as we drive that without adding too much incremental cost. I think that's why our margins are expanding.
Right. Thanks.
The next question is from Steven Fox with Fox Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hi. Congrats on the great quarter. I was just curious if this latest inflection point has anything to do with what seems like a rising cost differential between HDDs per gigabyte and NAND. And if it doesn't right now, could it in the future sort of help for a future inflection? Thanks.
Thanks for the question, Steve. I say this all the time. The NAND is a great technology. It has many niches that hard drives are not in. So, and we need those niches to continue to grow because they serve data markets either on the ingest side or on the consumption side as well. But in the storage tiers that we largely talk about inside the data center, I don't see the architectures changing very much. If anything, because of the economics of what's going on right now, people are coming back to hard drives and saying, what more can you do? And I think that was reference to some of the earlier questions on the performance side. Is there something else that hard drives can do inside of their tier to make sure they're improving the performance? Again, we get driven very hard to just get more exabytes out. And, I think the architects understand this really well. And I see these architectures pretty sticky for a long, long time into the future.
Great. Thank you.
The next question is from Ananda Barua with Loop Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good afternoon. Appreciate you taking the question. Dave, wanted to ask you, just going back to your remark a little while ago about using HAMR to go down to lower capacity points. Is Mozaic 4, is that sort of the model that gets you to go down to 20 terabyte HAMR? And if so, like at what point of the Mozaic 4 ramp do you think that you guys might have an opportunity to do that? Thanks.
Yeah, we had originally talked about it, Ananda, in that context, Mozaic 4, 20 terabyte, if you will, would be 5 disks. I think the demand for Mozaic 4 at the high end is so high right now that as we look forward, I don't think you'll see very many of those, but we'll see how the market plays out over the next 3-4 quarters. Mozaic 5 obviously changes the economics again, and at some point we're going to be able to readdress those markets in a very cost-efficient way.
Yeah, I would say now in theory is a great strategy. The problem we have is demand is so strong in the public cloud that we don't have enough volume to also implement this lower capacity based strategy based on the 4 terabyte per disk. So again, possibly we will address it a bit later out in time.
Yeah, so the economics is so attractive at the higher end that it's not worth doing it yet. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
The next question is from Tom O'Malley with Barclays. Please go ahead.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my question. Reaching deep here, as there's been a lot before here on the pricing and the contract side. But just if you look at the NAND industry and potentially DRAM as well, you're hearing more about potential prepayments over the course of a contract life. Are you guys seeing that in the market? And would you ever consider this as new contracts come up over the coming years and demand continues to grow, just given your production footprint? Would that be something you would consider in the future? Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I would say right now our free cash flow is very strong, so we are not looking at prepayment in particular. I think we are mainly focused on predictability of the shipments and on optimizing our pricing strategy. Now, I don't exclude that in the future we will maybe implement prepayments, but so far we have not focused on that part.
Yeah, Tom, we've really been going for demand predictability. The customers have to drive through important architectural transitions themselves. We have to drive through the product transitions. We have to make sure all that's synced up. And so that predictability is top of mind for us, not necessarily any other economics.
This concludes our question and answer session. I would like to turn the conference back over to management for any closing remarks.
Thank you, Gary, and thanks to everyone who joined us on the webcast today. We're excited about the strong March quarter and the accelerating momentum building for our Mosaic technology platforms as we enter this period of structural growth. We'll keep executing with discipline to expand margins, drive cash flow, and build long-term value creation. Thank you for your continued support.
The conference is now concluded. Thank you for attending today's presentation. You may now disconnect.
Wow. That was pretty good. What do you guys think about that? Any thoughts, concerns, opinions? What did you guys think? Oh, the music. What did you guys think? Gonna need strong patience for what's likely to be a bumpy ride. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think if you're investing in basically any of these AI companies or semiconductor companies, you're gonna need a lot of patience. Because potentially they're all pretty overvalued in the moment right now. So I do agree with that. But, you know, that's with any investment. If you really want to see a significant gain, you got to apply patience. You know, sometimes it happens quick, but it's very rare. I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet on quick. It's exciting. Why do you say that? Why is it exciting? I just want to get like I just want to understand like why people are so interested in these AI companies or these semiconductor companies when they're potentially really overvalued. Like I just don't really understand. Like if you think like there was someone in here earlier who is invested in all these companies and even they agree that it's overvalued. And it's like why would you invest in something if you think it's overvalued? What's the point in that? Like what kind of gain do you expect to get if you're buying something that's overvalued? Do you think it's just going to be overvalued forever? I don't know. Well, I guess nobody is gonna I guess nobody in the chat's gonna answer, so okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you guys tomorrow for whatever earnings is tomorrow. There's a lot of earnings this week, so I guess I'll decide which one I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I bought because I guessed cloud data aren't legit stuff. Just sexy women videos? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But, alright. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for whatever we stream tomorrow. I legit don't know what we'll stream tomorrow. But we'll figure it out. And I'll see you guys then. So God bless you. Hey, thank you for being here, Robert. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys, especially all the OGs. Thank you guys for always supporting the stream. If you're new here, thanks for giving the stream a chance, and hopefully we see you again. So, God bless you. Have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you reside in the world. And I will see you guys soon. Well, tomorrow. MU has 4P of 6. It's cheap. I don't think PE is a good estimate of value, but if you think that's cheap, that's fine. I don't find PE valuable at all when evaluating something, so yeah. But hey, later, Jarrett. Appreciate you, man. Later, AA Ron. Later, Ruben. Have a good one. Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully, hopefully we get some news or something soon. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Shout out the OGs. Shout out the new people. Hopefully we see you again. God bless ya. Peace.